get a bit of reaction to the news that 10 points has become 6 on appeal. John, good afternoon, John.
Hiya, boys. You all right?
Hello,
Yeah,
John.
nice
So
to
bad.
talk with you.
So how
Hi,
you
I'm in
feeling
the
about this?
Well, I'm in the Czech Republic, to be honest with you, and I'm listening to you on the talkSPORT app. A little bit of a commercial for you.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I've got mixed feelings, really. I mean, obviously, I'm glad to get the 4 points, but you know, we still have a bitter, sour taste in our mouths as regards not just Manchester City, as regards Chelsea as well. It's just that the rules seem to be constantly changing, and all we're asking for is a level playing field. Yeah. And Manchester City saying, "Oh well, yeah, we're going to drag this out for X amount of time," and that it just still seems to be a feeling of, I don't know. It's like in the FA Cup. I likened it to some teams have VAR. Yeah. And the lower teams don't have VAR.
The problem is, John, the charges that have been levelled at City and Chelsea are very different.
They're not just football-related charges, are they?
Profit and sustainability as such.
It's more about sponsorship, if it's overpriced from a sister company who owns the club, or where money's going to different players or managers.
The parameters of this are much easy to punish, Danny. That's my understanding. Is it yours?
Well, and I swerve this as much as I can.
Yes, yeah. It's this is the problem. John, thank you very much. Enjoy the Czech Republic. Have fun. There's John the Evertonian there. We'll hear from some more Evertonians this afternoon. I mean, I know it's a frustration that some team are getting charged and it's all being turned around quickly. But say the charges against Chelsea relate to Roman Abramovich's time there and are not as straightforward to judge on as that, because they're not PSR. And City says, 115 charges is labyrinthine.
And
it's
also,
not as a matter
Everton admitted it, didn't they? They said, yes, we have overspent.
They did.
We were a little bit negligent. So that's why their case come to the fore a lot quicker. But then you'd like to think that normally if you admit something, then the punishment is less, isn't it?
And City are claiming they haven't done anything wrong and they're going to fight every charge. Let's crack on with the games. We'll come back to the Evertonians later on. It's down to 6 points. Everton's charges down from 10, of course. It was 10 originally, but 4 reduced on appeal, so they're now just 6 points deduction for this season so far. We will hear from another Evertonian before we continue. Steve joins us. Hello, Steve.
All right, lads. Surely Masters has got to go over this. Even the news that was broken by David Ornstein from the Athletic.
What, rather than the Premier League, you mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, journalists steal a march. They find out this stuff. And how often do you find out a manager's been sacked before the club put up that picture of the main stand with the corner flag in front?
That's not Richard Masters' fault. There's a mole in the camp, is there, really?
Richard Masters has got to walk after this. And I'm 70. I've been a season ticket holder for 61 years at Everton. We've had this hanging over us now since November. Yeah. It's not what I wanted. Because personally, I don't think we should have had any points deducted. But I genuinely feel sorry for Luton and Nottingham Forest now.
Yeah, they've got that hanging over their heads. You make a good point, actually, Steve, because it was November. It's taken 3.5 months to get the appeal sorted.
The process needs to be speeded up.
And our understanding is that it could be as late as April that the charges come in for the other clubs that are under the cosh potentially in Forest and Luton and Everton. So if that is the case, and it's another 3 months to appeal, you're looking quite late into the summer, as Danny was saying.
So you won't know if you're going to be relegated.
Well, they're going to have to make the appeals process
after the season's finished.
Well, they're going to have to make the appeals process a lot quicker.
Shorter.
Steve, thanks very much. There's Steve, the Evertonian. You touched on that, Danny. We don't want seasons delayed or decisions being made after a season's finished. You want all these teams to finish the season knowing where they're at. You don't want to be relegated 2 months later.
These are rules rather than the law of the land, but the law of the land has always worked on the principle that justice delayed is justice denied. And there's a reason for that, because people's lives, you get accused of something, if you don't get the thing sorted out in reasonable time, that is hanging over you. All right, these are football clubs and it's a different situation. It's not life and death particularly, but they're going to have to streamline. I'm all for enforcing the rules equally for everybody. Of course I am. But they've got to streamline this decision-making process. And let's be honest, the clubs have got to buy into that as well then, though, because that means you can't be making pointless appeals just because you want to delay the thing and all the rest of it.
No.
They've got to cooperate quickly and in a proper manner. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess in the close season otherwise.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.